Good morning, and welcome to another episode of I Know Dope People, and I'm your host, Queen Aishah. We have an awesome show lined up today with a very good sister friend of mine. We've been knowing each other for over like 20 something years. Before we get to Dr. Paz, I have some Queen quickies we're going to go over. I'm going to touch base on. So first I want to send love, and I'm filled with gratitude that Brittany Griner has returned back to the U.S. and she is with her family. She was in Russia locked up for 9 to 10 months. And I actually shed a tear yesterday. I was just filled with joy. I don't even know her, but I can imagine, but not really, the trauma that she experienced mentally, maybe physically, and definitely psychologically, because I just felt that she was vulnerable. She had so many things against her. Like, I am her. I'm a Black woman. I'm a dark-skinned woman. She's lighter. We have natural hair. She is a lesbian woman. She has a wife. So I know all of those things were going against her in our society as a whole in the world. So when she was released, I was filled with joy, and I'm still filled with joy. I'm very excited that she's with her family. And on that note, Trevor Noah, he actually exited after 7 years behind the desk at The Daily Show. He exited, and he said it was random, but it was really God using him. He touched on how awesome Black women are, which I believe that quietly society as a whole know how powerful and dope we are. And he just really gave such appreciation. And I think that it was very dope. And I kind of was like, he was like, just the way the industry is set up, like what they're going to do, fire me. Let me go ahead and say this. So thank you, Trevor Noah, and thank you all of the Black men and just people in general, other humans that recognize and see Black women for how dope and amazing we are, because we did breastfeed a lot of other people's children during slavery, but that's a whole nother show. Also, I want to touch on my boy with respect, Pastor Jamal Bryant. I love Pastor Jamal Bryant. I know him from Empowerment Temple in Baltimore, Maryland. I actually was introduced to him when he was on Mark Clark's show on 92Q. And he would just say simple things. And I was like, yo, he dope. And I'm going to go visit his church. And I think he was at Coppin State at that time. And then he moved on and he got into Empowerment Temple. And I used to go visit all the time. Then I stopped. And he asked me why I stopped. I said, because gas prices went up. He said, gas is back down. You can come back. But that's a whole nother show. But let's talk about the latest and the greatest. Dr. Jamal Bryant of New Birth in Stonecrest, Georgia, said that he is looking for people that smell like weed because he want to start some weed farming at New Birth, because they are the church in the country that has the largest land, which is really awesome. And he's talking about the ecosystem, and he just want people that smell like weed, because if you love what you do, you're going to invest in it. You're going to do it with pride. But Pastor, I don't think this is going to work. No, I don't think this is going to work, because you're going to have a certain type of people. If you're talking about young people, they're going to smell like weed. They're going to come in snacking and napping. And then it's going to be a high crime rate, because see, if the tithing is short and you don't give them their proper love offering, stuff gonna come up missing. I'm just saying, you might want to put a little more prayer on this one with the deacon board. That is Queen's Quickies. And now coming to the stage. Coming up is my homegirl, my sister friend, Dr. Paz. You may hear me calling her Pastel. We've been friends for over 20 years. Like, when I say friends, I'm talking about our families know one another. Like, I know her mama, Mama Burt. She know my mama, Mama G. I know her children. We are family. Okay, Dr. Paz is a mother of two, a lifelong financial advisor, focusing on shifting financial mindsets through confronting financial trauma. She may get into some of my business today. She is the co-host of the weekly video podcast, Grown Ass Women Shit-ish. That is every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. She facilitates Money Moves with Pa segment every Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month. She is also a pharmacist. Okay, she is smart. She is intelligent. She is a graduate of Howard University. She probably has some other degrees that I can't think of that escapes my mind right now. But please welcome my friend, my homegirl. Oh, and also she is a Delta. So give it up for the Delta, for all her sorors that may be watching. Give it up for Dr. Paz Pastel in the building. Unmute yourself, lady. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. She's so excited. She muted.
Shit. I'm on.
She was muted.
I was muted. I was over here laughing. I was like, yes.
Thank you, sweetie. Yes. Thank you for your yes. I love and appreciate you. We are going to get down to it.
Yeah, let's get down with the get down.
Yes, this is her passion. Finance. I mean, Pastel will call. You can buy a cupcake, and she'll be like, "Well, why are you buying that cupcake? Well, did you budget it properly?" But she like, okay. And I just be like, "Well, we can share it." Then she might change her financial advocacy.
Right, if we split it, we both win. Right? You That's pay right. half, I pay half. It's all good. You ain't got to put in the whole funding on the damn cupcakes. Okay?
Right, everything, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yes, so we're going to get started. How did you get started on your journey to being a financial advocate?
You know what? Our sister Razia always asks me this question, and honestly, I have to give it to my mother, because even though she didn't directly teach me about money, I noticed, okay, I'm going over this person's house, the lights cut off. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? The phone cut off? Well, what the fuck? Why?
What is going on?
Why we got lights and they don't? Oh, why our water running and they, and this was family members, stuff was going down. And I was like, I'm not experienced. She was like, because I pay my bills. How are we going to Hawaii and other people are not, Okay. So my mother was like, I don't like bill collectors calling my house.
I know that's right.
And the reason that happens is because I pay my bills on time. Now, she wasn't fully financially literate, but she knew how to do the things that she wanted to do. I never experienced, and I'm saying never experienced, utilities being cut off or anything like that. So it impacted me, even though we were poor. We were poor. So my mother was a teacher, and people were like, yeah, we was poor. We lived in a ninth ward. I asked my mother one time, how much you make?
Where the ninth ward? Let them know where the ninth ward.
Baby, and that 9 in New Orleans. Baby.
Nolens.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Sure am. So
sure am.
Surely is.
She is educated. Sure am.
Yes.
My mother is an educated. Sure is.
So I really admired my mother for those things. Like, I was really appreciative. And when I went to college, unfortunately, the advice we get to college, don't you sign up for them credit cards,
Say it again. For the people in the back of the middle.
Right. Don't you sign up for them credit cards. But had I known what I know now, I would have. I actually would have. So just life has moved me and propelled me to the point where I'm good. My future self is good and all that. So now I have to pay it forward. Okay. I know, I've called you and asked you, you got a little change you want to put in? I'm gifting stocks or advice, those type of things. So really my mother is the reason I am the way I am. And quietly, I didn't grow up with my father, but I'm a lot like my father, with money. He's he's an artist. So he know about starving. He ain't starving no more.
Don't do it.
He was a starving artist. So where he is now, he's in a great financial space. And I'm like, oh, we're a lot alike. So I'm gonna say genetically, I got those genes. Unfortunately, my brothers didn't quite get the genes. So I'm just passing it forward and trying to teach them, because I ain't trying to take care of my brothers when I get, when they get to that point.
I understand. So let's talk about financial trauma. What is financial trauma?
So financial trauma, it's like it may be a psychological trauma you experience. It's something that had a direct impact on your relationship with money. And it has a direct relationship to your financial mindset. So for me personally, my financial trauma came later in life when I got married. My ex-husband was a big spender. I mean, a big spender. And I was constantly in a battle to mend our finances. And it caused me to behave in ways that if I hadn't been married, that I wouldn't have acted. And it really took a long time to move out of that, because I didn't trust men with money after I got divorced. I was like, you ain't getting none of this. You pay for everything. So it's something. It's an event or events that causes your behavior, your financial behavior, and your relationship with money. And signs of trauma are things like you may be an overspender, underspender, a workaholic. You may hoard. Hoarding is, a symptom. Under earning, not getting what you're worth. Not asking for, lack of financial boundaries, and just financial avoidance. Those are things that are signs of trauma. Things that cause it are like, it could happen with an illness or a disability, accident, unemployment, COVID caused some financial. People are experiencing a lot of financial trauma now because they were getting them checks, right? They were getting them COVID checks. That shit done faded out, gone away, flew away, out the door, bye, and your ass got to work, right? So they are now experiencing like, oh shit, how am I going to replace this? Because a lot of people was like, they didn't have jobs. They were like, people were chilling, but they
pimping.
Right. We know a lot of these people who were spending that money instead of doing,
reckless.
Things that part. Reckless.
Not planning and preparing.
Yes. Also failed businesses. People put themselves out, they take a risk. And then they have a failed business or a failed venture, and they become financially shut down. So those are things that are directly related to that may cause financial trauma in your life. And I encourage everyone, if you're watching, really think about, if you're having trouble with your money, think about where it started. Because we all have had some trauma that has fuck with our money, okay? I cuss. I'm a cussing doctor, so just let y'all know. Something to mess with your money at some point. And it's important that we identify those things and take the steps to move past it. So I'm gonna ask you, what was your financial trauma?
Wow. So I can say, as of recent, and when I say recent, when I being married and coming out of the marriage, during the divorce period, that process, it was a thing of what I wanted. I struggled a lot with that, as far as what I deserved, and I didn't want to put a financial thing on it, but I really struggled with it. Now, the way I dealt with the situation was, I was awarded money in the divorce. And my former husband, he wasn't feeling that. So to this day, we don't communicate. We don't communicate, and I really believe that's because he didn't. He feels as though he can avoid me by not communicating with me. And we live good. You know what I'm saying? But to save myself, my self-worth my health was bigger than that. So I had to release it. Now, I mean, it's a certain amount of time you have to pursue it, but I had to choose myself. Like, even in therapy, like, my therapist told me early, but I was still like, I'm gonna do this. Because I was going back and forth. Do I want this? Do I want that? Do I deserve this? Like, that right there is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to really decide, because I really believe that with my thyroid issue, that was one of the issues that caused the inflaming. That precipitated. Yeah, precipitated. That sounds like a college.
The catalyst.
It's precipitation outside. So I think that was one thing as of recent years. And also I would say like growing up, my mother was a single mom. She is a
Yep.
single mother of 6 children. Now, if you saw us out in the world, we were good. My mom kept us up. She kept us exposed to different things, but she was a mother struggling with 6 children. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I went to private school. We
Mm-hmm.
went to dance class, all of those things. So we had all of our necessities. My mother didn't do all of that. Eat like a M&M was a treat. So I think now when I get an M&M because I can buy it. I think I had this conversation with you. Like I think when I was going through my divorces, like these different things I couldn't get. So now as an adult, I get. So you tend to do the most, do
Yep.
too most, do too much. Like people they're like she think that. Like I had vegetables, I had a balanced meal growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
ice cream, all of those things was a treat. So I think that when I was able to afford it on my own as an adult, because I was, and I don't even, I think it was the best thing because she was like, I don't have no money for no extra money for no cavities. So that was a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. You know what I'm saying? But
A
I'm like, I
cavity
wanted
ain't
those.
cheap. Cavity
Okay.
ain't cheap.
And now it's like I can get it. But now I'm at a point, like for instance, we look at the holiday season, which we're going to talk about. I'm not a sucker for a Black Friday or holiday. First of all, I grew up Muslim, so that wasn't our thing. But I
Yep.
did want to have those experiences and feel a part of. Girl, Black Friday came and went this year. You understand?
That
Only thing,
as well as it should have.
right? The only thing I got is stuff that I need, and if it ain't have a really good discount, I wasn't interested anyway because $5 is not a big discount from the regular price. Then I don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are the things that would cause my trauma. You know, we always had we had what we needed. We had what we needed. Designer stuff, but we had classic outfits, classic shoes. Let me tell you a story real quick. I was in Catholic school. My mother brought me some penny loafers. These penny
Mm-hmm.
loafers from Bamberger's, Macy's, anybody from North New Jersey know. And the seam was down the middle. And you're not kids, you twist your feet in your shoes. But these shoes were $72, $76. Now think about that. That's in the 80s. That's an expensive shoe in the
Yep.
80s. Okay. And she was like, these shoes are to last you until the school year. But evidently, Aishah back there wasn't a believer. It wasn't intentional, but I was twisting my feet in my shoes, probably wearing a thick sock, whatever. Girl, that shoe bust out. When I saw that shoe bust out and it was poking out and you could see my sock from the back. Oh, honey, I went to Woolworth and got me the thickest, biggest needle. I got me the closest thick thread to the shoe, and I literally sewed my shoe myself. When I tell you my fingers was because I knew
It's
what
the first time I
Geraldine.
heard this.
Let me tell you, I knew Geraldine wasn't playing. I knew she wasn't buying no more shoes. So we had classic pieces. Even today, me and my sisters, we're not gonna look like everybody else, but we're gonna have some fly stuff that's classic. And my mom and dad, that's how they are. So
Right.
I've had the trauma, but I believe I have a balance. It's still like residue.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, those are my two traumas.
Right. So I mean that those things like we know somebody who fries chicken because y'all couldn't have no fried chicken.
Right.
You think about the deprivation,
Yeah.
what people
Mhm.
telling all the time.
Mhm.
I'm working that balance with my son right now because I tell him no. I'm like, did you earn it? I want him to know that this money ain't coming out
This
the
ain't
sky.
free. This is my money. Exactly.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
shaking.
you right.
AJ.
Did you do what you're supposed to do? So right now we're in this whole season of just giving everything to our children. We just overcompensate.
Mhm.
That in itself is going to create some very poor adults
Mhm.
because they're not going to know, oh, I have to work for this money. On the flip side, when you told no, you overindulge. So these are the things that we get to look at. Like, why is this shit important to me? I have one person who I'm one of my clients. She is participating in all of these clubs, and her mortgage is not paid. So
That
it's
comes
like,
down, right?
right, but I asked her, I said, I'm not asking you to quit the club, but I need you to ask yourself, why is this important to me? And really dig deep. Like,
Right.
are you trying to belong? People will go broke for Jack and Jill and Delta Sigma Theta. You know what I'm saying? To pay their dues for that. But they damn credit card bills out the damn roof. So we have to identify these things. But on the flip side, I want to move away from trauma. Even after you've identified your trauma, identify what's really important to you. Identify your goals. Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? Those things. Just go all out. Put it all on the table. And then you get to look at it again. Why is this important to me? So identify your financial goals is so freaking important.
And you know what you just brought up, you just said something about credit cards. One time we were having a conversation and you were speaking about like your credit cards and then investing. And you were like, don't invest, pay the credit cards down first, because it's kind of like you just doing double work. Did you explain that? Yes.
You're wasting, because if you have a credit card over here and you owe 29% over here, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna invest, blah blah blah. I don't want to discourage people from investing, but don't take a large amount of money over here to invest if these people over here are going to be taking your money anyway. So you're going to make, let's say for an S&P 500 index fund. That's what I always tell people to invest in. Look it up, S&P 500 index fund. If you want to do something that's low risk, you won't have to follow as much. You know, you can do those on any trading platform. They average about 8% a year. Some years are better than others. This year gonna be horrible, you know, just with the recession. But you have 26%. It's just simple math. I owe 26% over here, and I'm getting 8% over here. Which one? You got to get out of debt. And the other part of that is, if you have a lot of credit card debt, then you are clearly living above your means. You're living above your means, and you get to figure out or get support in figuring out how to live below your means so you can comfortably invest. Because the other part about investing, you should never invest what you don't have to lose.
Say that again.
Do not invest if you cannot afford to lose it, because it is a risk. It is a risk. And it trips me out because, you know, folks will easily do susus and all this stuff, but you don't have an investment.
What's a susu for people that don't know?
So the susus, girl, you probably tell me better than me about the susus. So you put it. What I'm talking about the
susu. So Caribbean and African people, they do it. And probably back, you know, generations, they do it. Everybody puts some money in weekly or monthly, and every person gets it. It's kind of like what they call the pyramid, but this is something that you're kind of doing with your group of friends and people that you know and trust. And it's a certain amount that everybody agrees to put in, and then whoever the payout is, it goes around and everybody gets their chance, but you're constantly putting the money in.
Right. So, and then there was the thing, the blooming flower, all that stuff, where people lost their money recently. What if the susu was elevated? What if we put it into one of these high yield savings account while we were passing around? At the end of the year, there will be some extra in there. If your money is not making money, okay, you're not financially sound, because every day our money loses value.
So the money needs to be making money. Say that again.
Your money needs to be making money at all times, or potentially making money. So there should never be a time when you have you get a windfall and it's just sitting in a checking account, not doing anything. Right now, there's so many options like Capital One and some of these other banks. They have 3% interest rate on savings account. Why is your shit sitting in something making 0.0001, and you getting 15 cents every month? This is the truth. I have a savings account like that, and it yields 15% every month. But that's because I have to have that particular money in that account. But my money, my emergency fund is going to be in a high yield savings account. So always have your money somewhere where it's going to be making money. And right now, it's not like back in the day where you had to have 10 grand to put into your savings account. It could
Right.
be at zero and you still get the 3%.
Yeah. Yep.
So the money you don't work for is the money you want. One other thing I want to talk about is the money you make. It's not about the money you make, it's about the money you keep, right? So that's why the concept of budgeting, it ain't a sexy concept, but it's so fucking necessary. You have to get intimate with your money. I say get naked with your money. That's what I call budgeting. Getting naked with your money and being honest with yourself. You're like, oh girl, I'm making 6 figures. I'm going to get that bag. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see your shit. Let me see your budget. Let me see your budget because I bet you all them motherfuckers broke. Just saying.
Is she so serious?
I'm so fucking serious. Stop playing. Stop acting like you're here. You're really here. The humility is what's going to get you here. Like I take home, you can look at the average American makes about 50 grand a year. That'd be about a take home of $3,000. Let's just say $3,500 a month. Budgeting says, well, one type of budgeting, there's several types of budgeting, but one type of budgeting says 50% of what you take home, not what you make, because we all know $100,000 a year ain't no motherfucking $100,000 a year nowhere. Okay?
Right.
It is not. So stop telling people you make 6 figures. It's what your ass take home. So $3,000 a month, $36,000 a year. 50% of your money should go to your living expenses, your needs, housing, utilities. I would even say food, right? Food. I would even say for some people, hair, internet, those type of things. You 50%. If you are over 50%, you need to start looking at your life. You really need to start looking at your life. 30% goes to one. So you get money could be fun too now. So 30% is you doing some of the shit you really want to do. And then the other 20 goes to savings, credit, those type of things. So 50, 30, 20. If you are above in that 50%, you really need to start looking at how you can take some of that 30% and moving it over or eliminating some of that stuff. Whether it be moving in with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I think we've gone away from community.
Girl, let me tell you something. I told people, I said, y'all better stop playing.
Right.
Because the way they the way they got this rent set up, this is ridiculous. And even if you are doing your 50% of your living, do you have to?
Right.
Do you have to? You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it, everybody's not coming to your home. Do you live comfortable? Are you safe? And are you supporting someone else? Are y'all supporting one another? Like, I think that our community, Black Americans, I think that we are so behind the 8 ball. When you look at Asians, when you look at the Hispanic community, the African community, it's like we are flashy and ain't got nothing. Like, we missing it. We're missing it. Like, I'm like, we doing the most and we're not doing nothing at all that makes sense. And I'm speaking about everybody, a lot of somebodies. No, for real.
Just most of some of them.
Yeah, most of some of them. And the thing about, when we think about the rent that we're paying, like where I live, I'm making another family wealthy. And I ain't got no problem with them. I don't know them. We ain't beefing or nothing. But then I look at how many people, family members, close family members, are within a 30-mile drive from where I am. If I tell you the money that we're spending in living is well over $10,000 to $15,000 a month. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Kids could have tutors. I had a tutor. I don't know if y'all knew that. I had a tutor when I was growing up. Because I had math issues anyway. But no, it's just different things that you can really do, because it comes down to respect and compassion. You know what I'm saying? We have to have a bigger vision. We have to have a bigger vision. But I'm gonna let you continue, Dr. Potts. But I just wanted to put that out
No,
there.
that's all that's real. The community of it all. You
Mhm.
know, I say that, you know, my girlfriends are married, have husbands, whatever. If they go before us, we all getting in one house and we gonna live it up.
And we can live in
And
your
take,
house, good pastel.
right, and take care of one another and
Mm-hmm.
cook and all that.
Golden girls.
Right. Go. Why are we trying to do this shit alone?
Mm-hmm. And you by
Why?
yourself, yeah.
Right. Something so simple as a damn Netflix. You gotta have your own Netflix account.
Mm-mm.
Or you get 4 names on that motherfucker, right? 4
Let me
names.
no for real. Let me explain
profile.
something to you. We sharing this.
We
Like
share.
for real.
This
Razia,
is
send me your
community.
password to such and such. No, for real. Somebody pay something, somebody, and there ain't no one person paying all. We gonna
That
make it
part.
balance and make sense. Because first of all, 9 times out of 10, we so busy hustling, grinding, sleeping, studying, budgeting, not budgeting, shopping, trying to catch a sale. We ain't all watching at the same time anyway. So
Right.
let's get it together.
Share it. Share your subscriptions. That's one way to find money.
Mm-hmm.
Maximize on your gifts. You know, side hustles are real. Because the bottom line is to solidify your budget. If you are having overage in one area versus the other, either you gotta make more money or you gotta spend less money. It ain't no other two choices. So on the make money side, either you gotta find money, like, you know what? Instead of getting my hair done every week, maybe I could do two times a month. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, I know I don't get much, you know, this shit right here. This been in there for a minute.
You got baby hair too. And
You see my baby hair popping.
Your baby hair natural.
You know, I've been they got that for me. You know, I've been doing baby hair.
You and Chili from TLC.
Me and Chili been doing this for years since the 80s. Okay. So I'm just saying, you get to find money in your budget to invest, because the bottom line is we all getting old. We born to die, right? We all born to die. It's about when are you planning that? Because I want to, if I had my choice, I would live a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I want to prepare for her little sexy 70-year-old on a you know, with knee problems and all that shit. I don't give a. She gonna be all right. Dropping it, not as low. You know, ain't even gonna be lukewarm. It's gonna be tepid. She gonna get tepid. But she gonna be here and she's gonna be comfortable.
Right.
You have to think about yourself in the future. That kid, what's his name from the Amigos? Offset. Poor baby. His family fighting over his shit.
I just saw that. I said, I hope this isn't true. But I hope it's not true, but I believe it is.
It is.
And the other thing is, because you would think that's a whole nother thing, because I was thinking like it was real, like I live in a neighborhood where they grew up. So like that's a whole nother thing about like when he passed, his energy, I was feeling everything. But I was thinking that, you know, in the music industry, you know, from what I understand, like the record labels, they take out policies, life insurance policies on artists.
Right. You know, they gonna make their money.
So why they got the life insurance policy on him? They've gotten paid already, I'm sure.
Now, I did not know that.
A lot of them, because they're protecting their investment. At least back in the day, that's how they did it. Yeah. Because
I mean, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Right. So why they 9 times out of 10, I'm sure they have a life insurance policy on him. Millions. They have gotten paid. The manager may have had a life insurance policy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then he didn't have anything. So that really goes back to, we have a lot of young people with so much wealth, you know, and they're not prepared. You know what I'm saying? They haven't planned. No one, because even when you think about it and not putting anything on his family, like, was there anyone there that said, do you have a life insurance policy? And did he listen? You understand? So these are real things.
These should be mandatory things. Yeah. We should be teaching our kids from straight out the coochie. This is what it is.
I think that kids I think at 3 months, like, kids should really have a job, because I really feel like when you go to job, you got 90 days. And I think that 3 months, 90 days, that you should really be comprehending some of this, these things, and you should get yourself up
straight out.
Right?
Straight out.
Because you've been living in there 9 months. So you really not a day old. You just
Right.
Earth a day. See, this is about to
And
get ignorant, y'all. And I know y'all kind of wondering, like, where are they going with this conversation?
well, I mean, honestly, quiet as it's kept, your kid, if you have a business, you can employ your kids. They can be employed as young as 3 months. You could say, "Oh, my baby a model for my business."
There you go.
So you write that sucker off $12,000 as an employee.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, most people don't know that. Write your damn kids off until as long as you can.
Exactly.
As long as you can. So yes.
So now you mentioned earlier about, and we've had these conversations personally about dating. We're single, we're dating. And you asked about, you said that you'll ask in the beginning, I don't know if it's on a phone call or the first date, about the credit, and how do you work that whole money thing out, and asking about a person's trauma, financial trauma. How do you do that? How would you suggest to do that when you're just starting or getting to know someone, or do you wait until it's serious? Now you've said in the past, no, I want to know now.
I want to know now.
So you already know.
I ain't waiting for shit. Because if you got a damn profile, I tell everybody these dating profiles, because that's how most people are dating right now. Ain't nobody meeting at the grocery store no more, bumping into one another, winking across the aisle. That shit is dead, right? Because we got Instacart, right? Ain't no Instacart, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing that no more. You're not meeting people. So most people have profiles. On your profile, be honest. My shit says, "I'm serious about my money. I hope you are too." So it's already out there. Did you read my profile, motherfucker?
No, and if you be like, please read this and sound out all the words.
Right. Please see that I'm not playing about this. Because you can put anything you want. So it's already out there that's important to me. It is important.
Swipe left if it's not important to you.
Right. Swipe left. If you ain't serious about it, then swipe left.
Okay.
If you don't have these goals, then it's okay. Okay. We not gonna go together, like you said.
That's right. We don't go together. Because I had a lot of boyfriends by the phone, and it's like we're going back to that. They really want to go with you by phone. No, I'm a grown woman. Okay. So let me explain to you another thing I wanted to mention when you talked about your mindset. One thing I had to do, and my friend Carlora and Razia, my sister Razia, has said this to me, because I was still in the mindset of shopping like I was when I was married. So I was buying too much. And I kept getting upset, like, why is my stuff spoiling? Now, believe it, I don't really eat a lot. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, especially if I'm constantly going, I got to stop myself to eat, drink, all of that stuff. So I was buying like a whole bunch of stuff that, one, I didn't really eat and consume anymore.
Right.
You understand? And then I was buying for a family of 2 to 4.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not a rice eater like that. But if you come over here, there's a lot of rice. I made some red beans the other day. They was the bomb. Anyway, I was thinking about you. Yes. But yeah, so it's like I had to learn how to really minimize, make smaller portions, you know what I'm saying, by smaller things. And the one biggest thing I had to do was stop shopping at Walmart. Now, in Maryland, we don't shop at Walmart. We go to Wegmans, you go to a real supermarket. Whereas on the South, they have more to Walmarts. And I was going in thinking I'm saving time. I was spending more money and more time in there because it was so much. Now I go to Sprouts, because also at Sprouts, I ain't going to see Doritos and I ain't going to see Lay's potato chips. We're not going to have a conversation together. You know what I'm saying? So that saves me time, saves me money, and saves me poundages and calories.
Well, the other thing you can add to that is have a list. Yes. And respect your fucking list.
I put it in my phone. I
put some respect on your list. Yeah, because then you won't get hit by the money. Ooh. I know I get like that. That's why I don't have a Costco membership. Because when I had one, I'd be like, ooh, I have all this shit in my freezer because they doing tastings. Ooh, that's tasty.
But it's a good date though, Pops.
It is a good date, but then I buy the shit. So
see, that's the problem. You got to get it together. Me and Razia share our Costco membership. We share your Costco membership. You talking about sharing community, share the memberships, honey. They don't know you don't live in the same house.
Yep, share your memberships. It is so that
and share it yourself. Also, when you shop big and bulk, share your toilet tissue, paper towel, all of that stuff, or go to my sister's house and steal it, because that's what I do, because that's what they used to do to me.
Yep. For single people, I know my co-host Sonia, like I like to cook. So I cook in here. I'll be like, my kids, they don't like leftovers or whatever. So I
Mm-hmm.
make a little extra. She'll put a little money on my book. and she got some meals for the week.
Did she say
You
on her
know,
books?
on my books, girl.
Because it ain't gonna be free.
Right. I ain't cooking. But
It works out. It's
It
a
works.
win-win.
So it is a win-win. I remember growing up, my mother had it so good. We would go to school. After school, she was still at work. I would go to my grandmother's, and I would eat at my grandmother's house every single day for dinner. What a blessing! That's the community.
Right.
You know what I'm
and the
saying?
love,
That's
and
the
you know it's
community.
prepared and love. Like I be hungry sometimes. I say I be. That sounds a little ignorant. My mother be mad.
I be
hungry. Sometimes I'm out and I'm hungry. Then I really think about it and I try to be ahead of myself in preparing meals and don't let myself get hungry and take snacks out of the house. You know what I'm saying? When I go. Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be careful when I say it. Pastel good. Okay. Pastel good, but pastel will still go to the farmers markets or the pantries or whatever and let everybody else know about the pantries. You'd be like,
me and Mama Jerry,
honey,
we got a whole.
Like,
she like, girl, I got some potatoes over here and some stuff, and I will make up a soup. A kitchen sink soup just as quick. Because I'm gonna tell you, for y'all who ain't cooking, I know that's where y'all gonna find your extra money. If you ain't cooking,
that's where I'm telling you, that's where I found mine.
That's where you're gonna find your extra money is cooking. And even, and you know, I'm not saying get in there and cook every day, but cook at least a couple of days a week.
I got some okra soup in my freezer from like a month ago because I made enough. But when I need it, I can take it out.
And that's the other thing. You can, when you cook too much, you can freeze it in smaller portions. Pull it out. As you know, some of us are, you know, like I say, my kids bougie. They don't like to eat leftovers like that. They don't be knowing I be reinventing the meals. I be like, ooh, what's up? Ooh. I put it's soup. It's chili now. It's whatever. You know, it's Taco Tuesday. Don't waste no food. Stop wasting food. Ooh, we waste so much. We waste so much. So really, what is that about? Why is that okay for you to throw all your stuff? Oh, it hurts my heart.
I think that comes from a trauma. And it's so funny because you know my mom. So if I make too much of something, I hear Geraldine, don't be wasting no food. So I have to put it in the freezer. I have to portion it out because we can't be wasting food. And sometimes I'm in the house before I want this, I want this. Girl, let me tell you something. With the prices of food, the prices of delivering food, this will get, if you for real about getting your health together, your finances together, you're rethinking. To order some food and have it delivered now, if you order something for like $10, by the time you get it, it's going to cost you $35.
Right.
And it's within a mile of either you're going to drive there and get it, or you're going to find something in your house.
Or walk. How about that?
Eat. Right.
You can't, but, the healthy mindset, shut up. The healthy mindset also includes taking care of your physical health. When Razil was here, we would walk to Aldi's. That shit 4 miles away. We'll walk, talk, whatever. Your health is more important because at the end of the day, if you sick,
all that don't matter.
It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But if you have to go to the corner store, how about you walk to that joint? If it's 6 blocks away, by the time you finish, you can walk the mile.
You might want to think about the corner store because why is you going to the corner store? What is at the corner store?
Stuff you like. AJ likes to go to the Target right there.
Oh, see the corner store. I thought like bodega corner store.
No, we don't have that around here no more. We got Target. And
that ain't a corner store. Just say Target.
That is our corner store though. It's not a full Target. So that's where he get his snacks and stuff. So he walk over there.
Again, like I said, why you going to the corner store? AJ don't need no snacks.
Yes, he do. He a $1.05. Right.
So as we wrap up our chat about money moves, first, how can people get in contact with you if they want, I guess, coaching, consulting from Dr. Paz? How will they reach you?
Okay, so you can reach me by email. It should come across the screen at moneymoves with a Z with Paz at gmail.com, or you can reach me at 202-670-6099 and text me Don't leave no messages. Text me there. Uh, because I'm terrible with. I'm just gonna be honest. I know my limitations. So you can reach me at either one of those. We can talk about uh, uh, getting your stuff together, and it's gonna go from trauma to credit to celebration, insurance. We talking about the whole gamut. I want to get you give you a holistic financial experience. We haven't even touched on credit. We haven't even touched on credit.
Right. We're gonna have
But
to have you back.
yeah, if nothing, if I don't say nothing else on here, download your damn credit reports or look at them, because now we have them so many places. And I always recommend downloading Credit Karma and the Experian app. Look at it. Stop being afraid. You have to confront what you did. You have to confront yourself and really take a look. And and 9 times out of 10, what hurts me so much with people, they don't confront their credit, and it's really not that bad. It's fixable. So do that. If you don't have it, if you don't have those apps, you can also do annualcreditreport.com and get your 3 credit reports. Don't pay nothing extra. They're gonna ask you if you want your credit score. You can get your credit score on Credit Karma and Experian. So it's so many layers to this.
Because Paz got a little change, like a 0.5% more than me, but she know how to maneuver. She about that discount.
I'm about that discount.
Right. Yep. And I think that's what keeps her, like, it keeps her. We're going to have you back because we'll talk about cars, vehicles, all that type of stuff. Like, Pastel don't play when it comes to that. She don't play.
Right. What car am I still driving? My car. And people like,
yep.
Right. And so I'll just say my car is 16, same age as my son, 16 years old. Still looks nice. It's a little Lexus truck that I purchased right before I had him. And still runs. But at this point, I'm like, shoot, I'm about to get me a new car, and I'm gonna pay cash for that one too. So I don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But again, you have to ask what's important to you. I will spend a lot more money on a trip because that's important to me. Experiences are important to me. I don't believe in, some people believe that dealing with your money is about sacrifice and deprivation. No, it's about getting you to the place where you can chill and breathe and be free.
Yeah.
Be free to do the things that you really want to do. That's why really having those moments where you plan and dream about who and where you want to be are so important when you're dealing with your finances, because then that creates goals. That creates goals for you. So yes, don't think about this as a sacrifice or deprivation. It's just a shift.
Yes. So let me ask you this, because when you speak about shift, and we are in a recession, I refer to it as a financial pandemic.
Or I look at it as a financial opportunity. But go ahead.
There you go. Right. So what are like 3 tips you would give to people on how to move through this transition, a financial transition?
Oh boy. Again, budget. That's number 1. Download money saving apps. Those gas apps, because gas is higher than giraffe poutine right now. So you you get you a gas app or your Costco membership.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Costco is $60 a year for the least expensive one.
Yep.
I pay 20 cents less per gallon than on the economy.
Yes.
Don't play with it. It was $2.59 the other day. I told my dad when it was $2.75. He's in Jersey. He was like, "What? Get you a Costco card. You got to know when to go because there's gonna be a line." So Costco, Sam's Club.
Yep.
Yes.
But even the gas stations have their own apps. I went to 7-Eleven the other day. I recently saved 11 cents a gallon just by having an app on my phone. I was like, oh,
Gotcha. Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Even
Because
Kroger, supermarket Kroger, they have gas and they do the
right,
same thing. Walmart has gas.
right,
So it's different things. Yeah.
right. Some people
Okay.
don't want to do that, but
Hmm.
it's a way
It's
to
gonna
save
work.
money.
Yes.
If you happen to have a little extra money that you're looking to invest, if you're ready to invest, wait. You can start investing probably in the next couple of months because we
Hmm.
ain't fully into the recession. I don't believe,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
that's when stuff will be cheaper and it can't go nowhere but up. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's the opportunity of a
Okay.
recession. That is
Okay.
the opportunity of a
That's the opportunity.
recession.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, don't trip on side hustles.
Hmm. Hair,
Get
nail,
you get you a
Instacart,
side hustle.
ride share,
Yep.
babysitting, baking. It's so many things that we can do. It's especially we as Black people, brown people, we are so creative, and we can tap in into that. And spirit will download and give you something. You just gotta know to move with it.
Yep. And don't forget what we talked about, community.
Hmm.
Community is one of the biggest ways, it can translate into so much savings
Hmm.
overall. And of course, we can't get into all of, we talked about some of the ways
Hmm.
community can help you in a
Hmm.
recession.
Yeah.
We don't go through this recession alone.
Mm. Like the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
I have 12
Yeah.
saves for the holidays I wanted to talk about, but like
Go
for
ahead. You have
this,
time.
for this one of them that I wanted to talk about that I'm getting at is all these gifts. Your time is the biggest gift,
Hey, your
right?
presence is the present.
So you got a girlfriend, a brother, sister who's struggling with the babies. Take care of the babies. You know what I'm saying? Give them a gift certificate of love to take on the
Hmm.
babies for a day, because babysitters ain't cheap. They about $20 an hour, right?
I think they more than that.
It is a
They,
grip,
they expensive, not
right?
expensive. Expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Right. Give if someone has an elder who they're taking care of, give them your time.
Mhm.
Stop trying to gift with expensive purchases.
Material
Time is
things.
so important.
Hmm.
Re-gift some shit that people like. Like,
Hmm.
damn, I saw you with those earrings. Oh, okay, let me wrap these shits up and,
Yep.
and give them to
I
the
think we're
people.
good in our community with doing that. With our
Yeah.
circle, we do that all the
Yep.
time. Just
Yep.
drop it
Here
in the
you go.
mail.
Here you go.
Hmm.
Re-gift. All those
Hmm.
gift cards you have, use them. So now's the time to start figuring out ways where you have more coming in. So what's going to
Hmm.
have this be money coming in that I can use to elevate my network?
Hmm. Hmm.
So the recession is it's tough. I mean, this is just part of the cycle of America.
Hmm.
you know, and there's no recession proof type thing I can suggest, but I know using your community for things, getting rid of stuff.
Yard
Man,
sale,
y'all
selling an
posh
offer
selling,
up. Don't sleep on.
Poshmark.
Yes, Facebook Marketplace. You
Oh,
can sell. I've
yep,
sold on there. I purchased on there. I was watching Tasha K. She was talking about if you see me on Facebook, I'm on the marketplace. I'm selling or buying. Like, y'all, don't get caught up. I love a yard sale. I love some nice antique. You come to my house, you're gonna see some fly stuff. You're gonna be like, where you get that from? A yard sale, somebody I don't know.
yep,
I grew up like that, and you got to know how to put it together and work it. Don't get caught up because the quality stuff, a lot of it is the older stuff.
right.
So if you need
And
furniture and
yeah,
stuff. Mm.
and finally, just ask yourself, why are these things that are draining me financially so important to me?
Mm.
If you find that it's a necessity, go for it. But if you find you're doing it because of status,
Mhm.
um, uh, the way you show up in the
Mhm.
world, what people think about you, then you have some room to cut that shit.
Mhm. Some work to do too.
And some inner work to do.
That's
Some
some
real
self work.
inner work.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Inner work to do,
Yeah.
because that is the quickest way to ruin yourself
Mm.
financially,
Mhm.
is participating in things that really don't touch you at the heart level.
Mhm.
So really start doing the inner work. That financial trauma piece, I'm telling y'all gonna be like, damn, I ain't know that fucked me up like that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? when at that time when we were sitting in the dark, that time when such you did, think about the things that have happened in your life and start to deal with them. I'm telling you, therapy. If you're
Don't
unsure,
get
you got
caught. The therapy brings some stuff through for you, honey. You be like, for real? I didn't know that. Oh, and you just therapy gives you tools. That's a whole nother show. But they give you tools. You be in the house trying to figure it out for yourself, about to lose your mind. Therapy gonna give you tools on how to work through it and shift some stuff and prioritize and change your mindset. Mm-hmm.
We love the cussing. I know that's right, girl. Keep my teeth
That's
white.
Marty. That's Mariella. What's up, Marty? Well, thank you, Dr. Paz. I appreciate you. We have to have you back because I don't think that we can ever talking about money, self-worth. It never gets old. It's never done. It's something that we need to have a continuous conversation about, so we can shift and get from one place to another place. And then when we get to that place and have to come back down, if that happens, or reset, that we know how to do that without losing our mind. So we thank you so much for coming on today and sharing those tips. We will have you back. Is there any closing word you want to give to the peoples?
Look, budget. Budget, bitches.
That is, excuse me, that is a college educated woman that says budget. Baby, all right, baby, love and appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm putting up for that 9 right there.
I'm not doing this. But yeah, so you have the information on how you can reach Dr. Paz. You will also want to check out Grown Ass Woman-ish, which is on Facebook and YouTube.
Make sure they know how to spell it.
Right, and it's shit with a Y.
S-H-Y with a Z, with 2 Z's.
Right, ass is with 2 Z's. So it's every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Facebook and YouTube, or you can just do a search and it'll come up for you. All right, Paz, thank you so much. Thank you.
So glad I know dope people too. Thank you,
honey. I tell people I know dope people, budget bitches. Yeah. Thank you. And learn how to share meals, y'all. Share meals. This food is expensive at this restaurant. Chicken wings expensive. I don't even eat chicken. I look it up. Do you
split a plate? Shit, you don't need all that.
Plate. Right. And tip well.
You don't need all that. Tip well. Yes.
All right. Love and appreciate you.
Love you too.
All right. Peace. Thank you, Dr. Paz, for being on with us. We're going to wrap up. I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to share with you. I have a monthly comedy show in Norcross, Georgia. Every time I say Georgia, my accent come on, my Georgia. In Norcross, Georgia. It's at Zona's Caribbean Restaurant, Bar, and Grill. It's every third Sunday. And December 18th, we will have Kelly Kales, who is hilarious. I believe she's from Milwaukee. And we're going to have Mr. Cesar Picardo. He's Puerto Rican, and he's easy on the eye. So the joke's going to be flying. The food going to be good. We got DJ Chess bringing us the music. The atmosphere is beautiful. It's a smoke-free environment. So get your tickets. The flyer is up. Get your tickets. Scan the barcode. I'm just doing stuff all types of wrong. Scan the barcode. All that. We're having a wonderful time. Katanya, I know you cussing me out because I'm doing too much right now. I'm clicking on stuff, and she probably like, Aishah, what are you doing? So I'm putting the flyer up. There we go. I was a little backwoods, putting the flyer up for the show. So if you're not in the Atlanta, Georgia area, please share it with your folks and follow me on all social media platforms. Queen Aishah, QueenAishah. We love and appreciate you. Give it up for Katanya Lester, my sister friend, my producer, who keeps me going and keeps me pressing and organized. Katanya, I love and appreciate you. For everyone watching now, for everyone watching later, thank you, peace and power. Be well. Queen Aishah, we out.